Lunchbox.
This is Muddbutt, one and only.
Yo, so we had a little bit of some technical difficulties, little stoner difficulties with our recording yesterday. So we had to hop into it halfway through. Fucking technology, don't go fucking bullshit. But yeah, we was fucking we was hopping into, give you a little rundown. Is what you want to build us in a little bit on it, Muddbutt? Let you.
We were kind of talking about what we were talking about last week about bands that need to hang it up and bands that need to just, hey, stay the course, keep going, man. And see, you're more of a Rancid fan than I am, and I didn't know. I would have never been able to identify them in public, but there was a place in the Pacific Heights. For those of you who know San Francisco, there is a place there called Dry Dock where they have meetings and shit. And that was the place that I had seen Robin Williams at, and Lars from Rancid. He had his little crew there called the Skunks. And I've always been a Rancid fan after that because they were just so damn cool. But yeah, we were piggybacking off of last week and talking about who needs to stay and who needs to go. And some of the people that we have listed I don't think anybody could disagree with us unless you're just some diehard fan who just can't see the forest through the trees. Like, if you can honestly look at me in the face and say, dude, Paul Stanley sounds great, you're wrong. No, he doesn't. If you can look at me and say, Vince Neil sounds awesome, dude, no, he doesn't. He's speaking in some sort of ancient gibberish. Man, and the chicks that are on stage that are singing backup for him, like, some of them, then you got Alice Cooper, awesome, fucking awesome, and possibly the sexiest guitarist ever, and not just because she's sexy, but because she's sexy and kicks ass on the guitar. No other than Edith Strauss. She is awesome, dude. She's awesome.
Straight up.
And then you got, and then you got people who are out there, and country, I don't really have a comment on that one way or the other. But, some bands are sounding really, really fucking good, man. And bands that didn't necessarily get huge, but are still touring, that maybe only had one or two, pretty good hits, like Toadies. Toadies are coming to town. Yeah, they're awesome, man.
Straight up. Well, fuck yeah. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hop on into this fucking podcast. Y'all check it out.
Check it out, y'all. We're going to do this every week, man. And every week we're going to have a really awesome fucking topic, and we're just going to smoke out. Your two best friends shoot the shit.
Hell yeah.
At some of these meetings, if you see somebody with a white paper in their hand, that's a court-ordered paper, okay? It's a court-ordered paper. That's what it is. And you want to go to places where there is no white paper. You want to go to places where everybody, So anyway, I am not as big of a Rancid fan as Lunchbox, but that doesn't mean that I don't like Rancid. But I would not have been able to look at them and say, hey, that's a guy from Rancid. Well, at this particular place, it's in Pack Heights, it's off of Greenwich. It's called the Dry Dock. All right, I don't want to bombard the Dry Dock, but anyway, well, Robin Williams is dead, so anyway, and Lars is clean, so you ain't gonna see him there either. So anyway, back then, I saw Robin Williams. That was my one and only time in life where I saw Robin Williams in person. But it was funny because Lars, and he had this sober crew called the Skunks, and I had never heard of them, ever. And I sent something to Lunchbox about it, and he about fucking shit a brick. And I'm like, what? What's the big fucking deal? He's like, do you know who that was? I'm like, yeah, a guy named Lars with this crew called the Skunk. He's like, that dude's in Rancid.
Dude's in Rancid.
I did not know that. But yeah, I mean, it was cool, man. The type of people that went there were cool. Now, it was. Did you ever get to see? I keep forgetting, man. Did you ever see Rancid in the Bay Area?
No, I've seen them in Denver, and I was fucking front row, right in front of fucking Lars, and it was the best time. It was one. Of the
yeah, the guy that I didn't recognize. Yeah, there you go. The guy that I didn't fucking recognize. But that was the Boston to Berkeley concert there, right?
Yeah, it was them and the Dropkick Murphys. Two of my favorite. Oh, dude, I don't remember, but like they're pretty dope. I mean, there's some.
I like that. I like how they're giving new bands a chance.
Yeah. They definitely there's some upcoming bands that had been signed to either band's fucking label, and they're letting them open.
Was it Fat? Aren't they Fat Records?
Yeah, Fat Cat Records.
Fat Cat Records, right?
That's the label.
Because I honestly think that's the direction that music's going, man. Like, for real. That's the direction that music's going. Like, obviously, like, even when we were kids, man, like, if we wanted the Black Album, that meant that one of our parents had to drive to a fucking music store and go buy it for us.
Straight up.
You see? I think, and I thought that was great because now it's all about like YouTube and things, and I know that that's important and blah blah blah. But if you want to be a successful band these days, it honestly seems like the only way you're going to fucking make it is if you tour your ass off and you have a very good show and shit that people want to hear.
Straight up. And
like, dude, if Motley Crue started now sounding the way they did, they'd be a joke.
They would not make it.
Dude, they wouldn't be able to book a fucking gig. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
And but that sucks though, because think about like when Same Old Situation and Girls, and Wild Side and all that shit when it was coming out. Dr. Feelgood, Kickstart My Fucking Heart. Dude, that was some bitchin' shit. And I don't know, man. Just somewhere down the line, people lose their voice, like Paul Stanley. But the one thing I will credit Vince Neil with that I will never credit Paul Stanley with is Vince Neil, even though he sucks fucking live, it's still his voice. Yeah. He doesn't feel the need to use backing tracks.
Straight up, like he owns that shit.
Well, what about other punk bands? I'm interested in this now. Like, are some of the old pop punk bands like coming back or what?
Dude, this isn't like either it's an emo band, but My Chemical Romance just put out a new single and it fucking kicks ass. Like,
hey man, they've been around, shit, I saw them in college,
Dude.
That's been a long time.
It fucking sounds like it was something they were tossing around back in the day. And they went back to it and fucking tweaked it a bit and put it out, dude. It fucking, if you have not heard it, check it out.
I'll do that, man. I haven't heard it. I will check it out. I still have a bad taste in my mouth because I got kicked out of the concert during Helena for fucking suplexing somebody in the pit. But I don't know, man. What do you expect? What do you expect? But yeah, I'll give it a chance. I'll listen to it because I was listening to because what is it? Guitar Center. They'll do these videos like sound sessions or whatever, and they'll have like bands play. They had Newfound Glory. This has been like within 2 years. And they did my personal favorite Newfound Glory song, which is called Understatement. That song kicks ass.
Newfound Glory going back on tour.
Yeah, dude, and I think it's called, has something to do with Pop Punk's Not Dead or something like that. And like they have, yeah. And like they sounded fucking good, and they look like they've taken care of themselves. It's the same dude. You know what's cool, dude? I know nobody listens or know this, but you remember Muddbutt from the Navy, right?
Yeah.
He went to high school with the drummer.
No shit.
Yeah, Mudbutt's from Coral Springs, dude. Like, and so is fucking Newfound Glory. He had like throughout high school, they're the same age. He said that he had at least one class with him, freshman through senior year.
Huh.
Yeah. But, you never think that some cat in your fucking science class is going to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, this dude ain't going to be a rock star, but, they stuck with it, man. And, but I think the coolest part is he said that they would, like, jam out at, like, high school parties. And it's much like Van Halen, I'm not at all comparing Newfound Glory to Van Halen, but that's what Van Halen was doing,
Dude, you know who's badass band from that era? Sum 41.
Dude, what is so crazy about Sum 41 was I will never forget this. It was like 1998. I had to say that I was staying with somebody, and then that person had to call. It was just a big bullshit triangle. But the point was, we wanted to go to the punk. We wanted to go to the punk show, which at the time was a place called Ziggy's, and there was a band there, and it said Sum 41. 4 people were there, but it was before they played Fat Lip, but it was before Fat Lip was played on the radio. Dude. It was before Fat Lip was ever heard on like MTV or anything. 4 people at that fucking concert, and they played their fucking heart out. I have always been a fan of Sum 41 because of that.
Dude, you know what their current tour is called?
No telling.
The Blame Canada Tour. It's Simple Plan. it's Simple Plan and Sum 41, and it's the Blame Canada Tour. That's 2.
Are they Canadian?
I think I don't know. Are they? Let me see.
No, I like Simple Plan, but I don't think I can jam Simple Plan anymore because that's like my high school girlfriend type music. Like she was into. That's one thing that I love the most about my high school sweetheart was that she had taste in music.
Yes, and Canada. They're both from Canada.
Wow. Sweet. But yeah, I mean, she liked both of them, dude. She was probably a bigger Newfound Glory fan than me. She listened to CKY, fucking Def Leppard. Yeah, dude. Well, they're not really. They're not playing anymore, which is shitty, man. Because there for a while, I got to see them live. The live shows are just the shit, man. Like, speaking of live shows, just off the cuff, fucking lightning round. Name me your top 4 concerts. Bam, go.
Rancid. Dead with the Dude.
Well, because you smoked it out, right?
Okay, hold up. I'm gonna go from 5 down, from 1 to 5. Okay.
Okay.
Number 1, Devin the Dude, simply because I was front row.
You smoked him out.
And I smoked him out, and it was the best. It was oh man, that's like a
that's
dream.
pretty cool.
So that's number
That's
one.
pretty cool.
Okay. Number 2, Metallica in San Francisco. Holy Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, that was
a good one.
Yeah.
The next one's had to be is Rancid and Dropkick Murphys. Number 3. And then when I saw Metallica for the second time in Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah, that was a cool stage.
That
was a cool stage.
Was sick, and the opening act, Jim Brewer, was fucking.
I swear I wondered how that was gonna go. But go ahead, you got one more.
Oh, one more. It was Kiss in Pensacola, Florida.
How you doing, people? How many of you women? How many of you girls like to get lit?
Woo!
I got a little song for you. I would say my top five, and I think it's impossible for me to put it in any specific order. So I'm just gonna throw 5 out there that are definitely my top 5 favorite songs. AC/DC, Stiff Upper Lip Tour, because I couldn't hear for 3 days afterwards. Kiss in 1998, Psycho Circus tour. Metallica with you the night before the Super Bowl. Van Halen in Greensboro. That was a better show than I saw in Charlotte.
Damn.
And if I have one more fucking left. This is tough, man.
Yeah.
It would probably Stone Temple Pilots, dude.
Woo. Okay. So I got some honorable mentions. These ones were like badass, but they didn't make the cut. And
I hear ya.
The number 1 was Journey and Def Leppard. Not Journey. Yes.
Yeah.
Def Leppard and Foreigner. That's it.
Yeah.
That was a close.
That was a good show.
It was.
It was one of the most memorable shows, but I could not put that in top 5. Only because we heard those songs a million fucking times. The experience was cool. Exactly. Don't get me wrong, dude. It was such a badass, one of the best memories ever. But I couldn't have put that in the top 5.
And
you know what I mean?
One was ZZ Top with all 3 original members.
Yeah, dude, that was something that I'm so jealous that you got to see that I did not.
Man, and it was for the record, they didn't spin the guitars. They put the big furry guitars on, but no, they did not spin them. But,
I just recently found out who was the first person to spin their guitar, completely, throw it around their body and spin it.
Who was that?
Yngwie Malmsteen.
Man.
Which, if you go see him live, he needs to hang it up. He needs to continue to make albums, but he does not need to tour.
Yeah.
It's almost embarrassing, dude. He has these pork chop fucking... and I'm sure his response would just be like, yeah, well, how many Ferraris do you have, man? How many cream Stratocasters do you have? None, Yngwie. I have 0. But I also don't have pork chop fucking sideburns at 66 years old or however old you are, wearing fucking ass-tight leather pants. Okay?
So I got a band that we have this band has somehow slipped our grasp. We forgot not to mention.
What's that?
How about this one? A little skinny bop 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 bop.
Dude, how did Poison get by us, dude? Okay. All right. Bret Michaels. I went through because I went to me and my sister. We went to a Motley Crue, Poison, but this has been some time. Vince Neil sounded kind of bad, but he didn't sound like a cat with his tail trapped under a door. He still sounded okay. It was Molly Crew was the headliner, and Poison was second, and New York Dolls opened it up. And it was a fun show, man. Like, but Poison, C.C. DeVille is a tragically underrated lead guitarist. He can fucking shred, dude. He can fucking shred. And the problem with that shit is when you have people like Bret Michaels who, well, it almost happened. It almost happened to Aerosmith with Steven Tyler when he went to like American Idol or whatever. But at least he was candid about it. At least he was like, yo, you know how much fucking money they pay for that shit? He's like, you'd have to be a fool not to do that. And it's like, okay, man, I hear you, dude. It'd be hard for me to turn down a gig that's like $100 million. Like,
oh, dude.
No,
I have another one that I don't know how we've forgotten about.
I'm sure there's a few we've forgotten about. And even after this episode, we're going to be like, damn it!
Straight up. Fucking, how can we forget the man who fucking saved music from fucking Tipper Gore? Fucking Twisted Sister.
Twisted Sister!
Ooh.
Dude, they still said Tipper's fucking... Dude, he schooled Tipper Gore in such a beautiful way, dude.
Sir, I can see the imprint of your penis through your jeans. When she was talking about Wasp or where, she honestly said, do you think that I'm going to go to a record store and buy an album with Blackie Lawless's codpiece on the front? What's wrong with Blackie Lawless's codpiece? I mean, you got a problem with a fucking codpiece? I bet Al Gore has a big pink codpiece. Fucking Man Bear Pig.
Man Bear Pig has a codpiece. It's like, yeah, and it was so funny, dude. He was so much more intelligent than she was, dude. He was like, he was schooling her left and right. But that was back in the time like Marilyn Manson, which Marilyn Manson can still tour. He still has a good act. 9 Inch Nails. I just, matter of fact, when the Foo Fighters were not even going to go there, when they had to figure out who was going to headline this festival, you know, 9 Inch Nails got the gig because they still have it. They're still good.
Yeah.
And Marilyn Manson still has it. They're still good.
You know who still has it? Who needs to keep going? Fucking Limp Bizkit. Fucking Fred Durst still got it.
He still got it. Yeah, he still got it. He still got it. And not only that, it's a fun show, man. You don't want to...
Yeah, like...
You don't want to go, like... And the crowd is everything, man. Like, do I think that Dream Theater is technically a good musician band? Sure. They're all great musicians. Would you catch me dead at a Dream Theater concert?
No.
Negative, Ghost Rider. No. I think that Mike Mangini is a fucking killer guitarist, and I think the original drummer, Mike Portnoy, went off to Avenged Sevenfold, but, I'm sorry. When I think of Dream Theater, I think of, Magic the Gathering. I just think of, these dudes at a table playing Magic the Gathering, fucking just sitting around listening to Dream Theater and this really strange sounding keyboard. I think keyboards have its place in fucking music, but dude, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude.
Who's some other bands in the 90s who should still be going, you think?
I think Third Eye Blind should keep going, man.
Dude, they should.
Dave Matthews, he still gets it. They sound killer.
Hell yeah. Fucking.
I mean, you know, they all sound fucking killer. They all sound killer. And, you know, there's a few other ones. I think it's the Third Eye. I've always been a big Third Eye Blind fan.
Train.
You know,
keep going.
Train can keep going for sure, man. They always draw a crowd. His voice hadn't changed. The music, it's still a fun concert. They're still very passionate about their music. So go for it, dude. I mean, fucking go for it. Train's awesome, man. That's a very cool memory of ours.
Man, how did I forget that concert, dude? That's in the honorable mentions right there. The Train concert.
Yeah, that's in an honor. Yeah, that Train concert was fucking cool, man, because that venue. Huh?
Just last minute, like.
Oh yeah. Total last minute.
And you almost got beat up by a bunch of chicks.
I did. I almost got beat up by a mob of women. And it wasn't even like gonna be like a cool one where like maybe one of their fucking pussy cracks would have like hit me in the face. No, we're talking like ringed fists.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm glad I escaped that one. But it was a good concert. Man. And it was, let's not forget how bitchin' the venue was. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that
it was a damn good venue.
It was so bitchin'.
Yeah.
Water.
Oh, dude. Fuck. As an Italian would say, fucking forget about it. Kicked ass, man. Kicked ass. And then there's other bands that like are touring, like Kansas, okay? Well, I think Kansas is going the way of like Foghat and Leonard Skinner, to where there is some incarnation of Kansas, from what I can gather, is going to be touring. They're going to be touring, and it's not them, because one of the most iconic members of, of Kansas, the guy with the eye patch. I mean, he passed away. I mean, sadly, he's gone, dude. He was the violinist. He cannot be replaced. You know? I mean, it's just, he just can't be replaced. And Steve Walsh, the fucking lead singer, he cannot be replaced. And it's like Queen, as far as Brian May and Roger Taylor goes, because John Deacon, the original bass player, when Freddie Mercury died, that was it. That was it for John Deacon. I mean, it sucks. It really sucks. John Deacon went into this like just severe depression, and he wasn't coming out of it. And so they got a good bassist, and but they hired Adam Lambert, dude. And it's like, yo, man, Adam Lambert cannot sing Freddie Mercury tunes very good. Okay, he doesn't. Like, as far as showmanship goes, you can come out with your black leather jacket and your fucking stud pieces on there and your cod piece. But, dude, if you honestly think you're going to hit the octaves of someone to fucking love, you're crazy. I mean, it can't be done. You know?
Like, because Freddie Mercury's voice is hard to hit.
Dude, it's impossible to hit. Now, Alice in Chains did a good job, all right? Because Jerry Cantrell and them, even though two members, I mean, Mike Starr's gone too. But listen, man, Alice in Chains, because of Jerry Cantrell. Now, if something happens to Jerry Cantrell, that's it. They still sound really good, because the lead singer for Alice in Chains now is not necessarily trying to sound like Lane Staley. He put his own spin on their music, and the fans liked it. And it's a huge gamble because it's like, okay, is this person, because I don't think I'd like that. Would you? Like, how would you feel if you went to a concert and it was a brand new lead singer and he was just basically trying to sound like the guy before? You know what I mean? Would you be cool with that?
It's a toss-up.
If you'd be cool with it, yeah, I guess.
It depends on if they did it. Now, the dude that's doing Steve Perry for Journey, he's good.
He's fucking really good. He is really good.
If it was
he's a freak. He's a freak.
Yeah, he gets a pass. Now, if it's someone that can't pull the sound off, and you can't match it, you can't sound like the dude. No, that's I gotta draw the line there. Like, no, if you can't match it, you gotta try something different.
Try something else, man. Because Kelly Hansen from Foreigner was working at Home Depot, I think.
No shit.
Yeah. I don't know how the story goes, but somebody discovered his ass in Home Depot, and they were like, dude, you have a fucking killer voice. I don't know if it was a member of Foreigner or somebody that's part of the Foreigner team, but I think Kelly Hansen worked in the lumber department or some shit to where he could sing. And somebody heard him and they're like, holy shit, man. And Boston too. Brad Delp is dead. You are not going to recreate Brad Delp's voice.
Yeah.
Period. Ain't gonna happen. That's why when I see bands coming to the Oakland Coliseum, Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block, and the tickets are it's $300.
They need to
You're
hang it up.
Dude, they need to hang it up instead of hanging tough.
Exactly. Don't hang tough, hang it up.
Yeah, that's our official message to the Kids on the Block. Don't hang tough, hang it up.
Oh,
shit.
I hope they hear that.
But, these two stoner guys told us to hang it up, man. But at this point, they have to be doing it for the money. Because, for whatever reason, chicks that are, slightly older than me are going through this thing where, hell yeah, I see the Backstreet Boys and New Kids. Oh my God. I'm really? The oldest one's in his late 40s, dude.
Damn.
Yo, unless you are still Panther, and unless you are singing songs about crushing puss, don't wear glitter rhinestone pants, please. Just don't do it. It's just unbelievable. But hey, I just that's not what music's about, man. Hey, but I know that after the fucking bullshit for the last few years, everybody just wants to go to shows and shit like that, and I get it, I'm one of them, but some bands just aren't touring yet. Now I want another situation where you and I go to the Giants or the Oakland Coliseum, or either the A's play or the Giants play and see it's probably going to be Metallica, but somebody fucking huge, man. Bob Seger's played those places. The Rolling Stones.
Bob Seger still going?
And let me tell you something. He still sounds fucking good.
Fuck.
He still sounds really good, but he can't move around like he used to. Because, classic Bob Seger clips, dude, he's all over that stage. And me and my dad went and saw Bob Seger, and it was awesome. It was one of the coolest gifts ever. Like, to be able to, for your dad to be like, hey, man, we're going to go see Bob Seger tonight, so don't be a dumbass. It's like, whoa, shit, really? And so, you know, we went and saw Bob Seger, and besides, and he still was running around and throwing his hands up and stuff. But, yo, man, when he sang Hollywood Nights, it made my fucking, like I couldn't move. I just stood there. It, like, put me in a trance. Because it's like, unless you fucking stood on the California coast and just saw the waves crash in and shit, and only you know how that feels. And when you hear it sung about in such a passionate way, bro, fuck, man. It's going to stop you in your tracks for a sec. And, let's see. There was another. He didn't have an open act either. No. There's a lot of them now are like, oh, I'm not co-headlining. Or it's like that fucking when Sammy Hagar and Dave went on. They'd like flip a coin on who closed each night, and then like if it was a night that Dave was supposed to close, he would like. He'd pull some shit, I don't know. But, I mean, Eddie probably had his hand full with both of them, really. But it is what it is. But punk and small venues seem to be, at the moment, the ones that are drawing a crowd, right? Like small venues, 4 or 5, maybe 1,000 people. And they're coming to town. I mean, people are like there's a couple of places in San Francisco that I like to go to, and you know what? I want to actually see who's coming there, and we'll see what we think, because this is actually a really good place. This is where I hung out with fucking Steel Panther. All right, Symphony X is coming. I'm not a big fan of theirs. Let's see. Man, I haven't heard of half of these fucking people. Holy shit.
Oh, you're looking at the deal right now?
I'm looking at who's coming to town, but I can't even motherfucking... I've never heard any of these motherfuckers. The Last Dinosaurs? Who's that? Joey Badass. But the S's are fucking like money signs.
That's probably some rapper.
I'm sure it is. And, oh, dude, Toadies. Toadies is coming to town. Dude, not only is Toadies coming to town, but they're fucking coming the day after my birthday. I would love.
Where are they playing?
Oh, dude. They're fucking playing at the damn Regency. Fucking make up your mind.
Ooh.
Decide to walk with me around late tonight. But dude, I'm scrolling through a lot of fucking people. Oh, David Bowie celebration. Wasp is coming to town. But hey, man, I don't know who the fuck. You know, we were just talking about Wasp with the cod piece.
Dude, you know,
it's Wasp and Armored Saint. I would actually probably go to that just because if I find out, I need to find out who's in the fucking band first. Because, dude, if it's Wasp, if it's just some like washed up LA Sunset dude like wearing lipstick that is not Wasp, so I'm probably not gonna go. But yo.
I got some bands for you that are currently touring. I want to hear what you think about them.
Let's do it.
Green Day.
I think that Green Day got hated for because you got to remember, man, like Green Day started in the East Bay at a place where pretty much everybody that played there like still lived at home. 9 out of 10 bands were not going to make it. that was like the pinnacle of their career. Well, you know what? Green Day just had something that them cats didn't. And when I was it Kerplunk, when they started doing Kerplunk, like, dude, they were like booed out of the field and getting their asses kicked. It's like, why are you kicking their ass, man? Like, somebody just signed somebody, a hometown cat, to a record label, dude. Like the sound's not gonna change. So I like Green Day. I did not like the whole American Idiot thing because, you know, we were in the military, dude, and it's like, man, I just couldn't get off on this fucking, you know, upside down American flags on the fucking amplifiers and stuff like that. So I can't. I'm not, and like Forrest Gump says, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
All right.
But as far as the sound, they still kick ass, man. Billy Joe Armstrong, I don't see Green Day stopping for 10 years, dude.
And they're back to the original three, I think, the original trio, I do believe.
Dude, I think that, dude, Dookie is one of the best albums. It's like, if you had to count it, we'll have to do an episode, because next week we got to do an episode about weed growing. But at some point, we need to do an episode about iconic albums from our generation. We're not going to talk about, even though the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds kicks ass, it will not be included. Okay. I'm sorry.
Dang,
nor will the White Album from the Beatles.
Okay, here I got another band for you.
All right.
Incubus.
I say keep going, man. Keep going. They were young. They were young, like when Dig and fucking but when most of their hits came out, dude, like Pardon Me and all that shit, they were like, that has been some time.
It's been 20 years since all that came out.
But that means that only puts them in their 40s.
Yeah, that's still young. That's not much older than us.
Yeah, that only puts them in their 40s. So, yeah, Incubus, let's say, they're touring, huh?
Yeah, they're. I'm looking at a lineup for a big festival, and these are the bands, the big names.
That's sick, because now I think that's going to be probably something that's going to happen and for the foreseeable future anyway, because festivals is actually a really good idea for all of these bands that haven't been able to play for 2 fucking years because of the butt flu. And they just want stage time, dude. They just want stage time.
This was in March. I wish we could have gone. It was in Tampa, Florida, yo.
Well, who was there?
Well, the next band is 311. This is all one day, by the way. This is still Saturday.
We better not bring if we go to a show like that, we have to leave the Gravitron in the car.
All right, so 311 still got it. They're still getting it.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Korn still got it, man.
Dude, they do.
Fucking, I mean, I think Head Welch, dude, he's one of my favorite dudes in rock and roll, man. Head Welch is the man.
Straight up. All right, here's another one for Saturday. Jimmy Eat World.
All right. Dude, I mean, stuck in the sickness, right?
Yeah.
Not Jimmy Eat World?
Like, keep going, dude. Y'all still got it.
I think Jimmy Eat World is probably in the same longevity bracket as Green Day. And I wonder if Coheed and Cambria are touring.
They are. And the dude still got the long hair. He has not cut it yet.
As long as he can keep that fucking voice.
That voice is so beautiful.
Dude, that was the only reason, because, like, when I was in college, Coheed and Cambria, like, cause there were like, it was funny. There were 3 types of music fans on the wrestling team.
Yeah.
There were 3 types. One was rap. The other one was like My Chemical Romance stuff.
The emo.
And then there was emo. They kill you if you called them emo, but that's what they were. But and then there were heavy metal guys like me. Yeah. But one of the guys that listened to what I call pop punk, that's what I called it back then.
Yeah.
They said, dude, Cross, you gotta listen to Coheed and Cambria. They're awesome. I was like, is it shit y'all listen to? And he was like, yeah. I said, all right. I said, I'll make you a fucking deal. I was like, come to my dorm, bring your Coheed and Cambria, but we're gonna listen to Led Zeppelin in Through the Outdoor afterwards. He's like, all right, cool. Dude, the second I heard the words you scribbled down the wall, the loss of friends you didn't have, I was like, whoa, dude. They kick ass.
Yeah.
You know, even the beginning, you know, like that fucking your eyes tell the story. I'm like, damn, who is this?
Yeah.
Because I've always had like Rush. That's why, it sucked in high school though, because even my high school sweetheart, but it was her parents though. I have to make the excuse. Her parents did not want their little girl going to a Kiss concert or a Rush concert, which I can understand Kiss because they were 100% chance that there was going to be some beaver exposure and some boob exposure, okay? No doubt. Back then. But Rush, there was no good excuse. But nobody really listened to Rush at my high school, and I got away with it because of wrestling. You know, if they made fun of Rush, I'd kick their ass.
Yeah.
And and so Rush came to town, and my dad took me, and he had to wait because he didn't like Rush either. And what the fuck? But he took me, man. This is how cool Pops is. He took me to see Rush. It was like hour and a half drive. He took me to see Rush. He waited in the fucking parking lot for the whole show. And Rush, because it breaks my heart to say was, but it is a fact. When Rush, when they were playing, they did not play like hour and a half set. They did not play a 2-hour set. Dude, they played like a 3-hour set. And it was crazy, man. It was insane. But the one Rush concert that I have to say is the last thing I'll say about Rush because it's funny. So when my ex-girlfriend was going to medical school at Penn State, I lived up there with her because I was wrestling with the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club, and Rush was playing in Philadelphia. All right, and I didn't. Something was up with the car that day, or that couple of days. I'm pretty sure there was I hit something and needed to get fixed, and so my ex let me borrow her car to take to Philadelphia, but this time I had somebody to go with me. Yeah. And we got there, and it's packed. It's packed. It was the Wachovia Center it was the same parking lot. The Wachovia Center, and then where I forget the name of the stadium, but wherever the Phillies play ball. And that and the Wachovia Center was in the same parking lot. So we pull in, and I'm like, holy shit, are all these people here to see Rush? And so we parked, and there was like piles of fucking sand in all of these parking lots and all these parking spaces. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Lunchbox, Jimmy Buffett was playing at the fucking baseball field the same night Rush was there. I was like, really? And we walked in talking shit to everybody. I was like, hey, the real concert's in this building. Yeah, if you want to hear real music, it's in this building. And there were all these drunk parrot cocks going, fucking cheeseburgers. Like, yeah. I've never liked Jimmy Buffett. Are you a Jimmy Buffett fan?
Fuck no.
Dude, he's got a hell of a following, dude. And if you're one of them listening, more power to you. But, dude, he is the reason why we did not go to that concert in fucking Gulf Shores during the oil spill, remember?
Yeah.
We were like, no, Jimmy Buffett's fucking headlining it. No way.
No.
Free tickets. Probably could have went front row if we wanted to, if we were in uniform. But we're like, no, Jimmy Buffett's fucking headlining it. I'm going to stay here. I'd rather sit here and fucking, I would just rather sit here and play wine pong than go see Jimmy Buffett
yes.
sing songs about stupid bullshit.
Dude.
But you know, as far as bands touring, man, that's important right now. That's what's important right now because weren't you like when like let's say a solid year of touring stopped? Did it ever cross your mind that am I ever going to go to a concert again?
It did. So here's another band that I have to see, and I'm wondering who you gotta say. The fucking Goo Goo Dolls.
I love the Goo Goo Dolls, dude. You know what?
Keep going.
What's your favorite? What is your fucking? Whoa, I got, dude. I love the Goo Goo Dolls.
Shoot.
Always have. Their music, dude. I don't know what it is about the Goo Goo Dolls, but the album A Boy Named Goo.
That's a good album.
Dude, it's funny when I grow the goo because, dude, I'm always thinking of Goo Goo Dolls. Like, it's like, could you even name your favorite Goo Goo Doll song without going, no, wait, hold on. No, wait, hold on a second. Wait a minute, hold on.
Like, that's a hard one. Like, The Boy Named Goo is such a badass album. Like,
it's one of the greatest albums of all time, man. Long Way Down Long Way Down. That song kicks ass, but that song, I don't even think that song's on an album. I think that Long Way Down was written for the movie Twister, and it's one of my favorite fucking Goo Goo Doll songs. It's got the most bitchin' intro.
My favorite album of theirs has got to be Dizzy Up the Girl.
Dizzy Up the Girl, dude. That's a good one too.
Slide. I love Slide. Like that's my all-time favorite song, right?
Yeah. Slide's probably my favorite Goo Goo Doll song too. So the answer, it's a close tie, but the unanimous answer is Dizzy Up the Girl.
Yeah.
Because it has Slide on it, dude. And it's just like you're talking, you're listening, and Black Balloon's on Dizzy Up the Girl?
Dude, it's got Slide, Black Balloon, it's got Iris, like it's like got all their bangers on it.
Wow, dude. I mean, I really like A Boy Named Goo, but there's a couple of songs that I know is on Boy Named Goo that I really like. I think Name is on Dizzy Up there, is on Boy Named Girl.
What? Name? Yeah, Name is on Boy Named Goo. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love that fucking song.
That's a good song.
And I won't tell no one your name. I won't tell them your name. Dude, they kick ass, man. So, it's impossible for me to, just like it's impossible for me to name a favorite Foo Fighters song, it's impossible for me to name my favorite Rush song. It's impossible for, actually it isn't possible. It's possible for me to name my favorite Kiss song, I think.
Dude.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, and it's funny because it'll piss Gene and Paul's ass off because it's not from it. It's two sides of the coin from Unmasked, man. Ace Frehley.
Dude, you know who else I think should keep going?
Who?
Fucking Smashing Pumpkins.
Dude, hey man, Billy Corgan, you keep fucking rocking in the free world, buddy. I just wish. Now I know he has his reasons and shit, and it seems to be one of those things that's like, you know, yeah, melancholy and the infinite sadness. Yes, that was a long time ago. We don't play tunes from that record anymore. Okay, I get it, but the people who love Smashing Pumpkins fucking want to hear it tonight at your show. People want to hear Bullet with Butterfly Wings at your show, dude. I mean, it is what it is.
Like I might have to come out there for in October.
What's the plan?
So here's the lineup, the big names in the lineup for Aftershock Fest this year.
Oh wow.
Day one.
That's usually a killer car. That's a killer festival. Day one.
Oh shit, bro! They're gonna have to change it because the last day, the big headliner. Fuck. Okay, so the first day, we got fucking we got Rob Zombie.
That's enough for me to go.
Slipknot.
That's enough for me to go.
Fucking Evanescence.
I'd see them.
Fucking Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah, but who the fuck is singing for them?
I don't know. Killswitch Engage. I don't know. I might want to.
All right.
Some bodies will be thrown.
Right. Some bodies will hit the floor.
Bad Religion.
Oh.
And then there's a whole bunch of other smaller names. Okay.
But the band. All right, 9 and 2.
Okay. Judas Priest.
Ooh, Hellbent.
Hellbent. Fucking Lamb of God.
All right.
Fucking Kiss.
We'll take a piss break.
Yeah. Chevelle.
All right.
Fucking Falling in Reverse.
Yeah.
Meshuggah.
Dude, Meshuggah, dude, you're real metal.
Fucking Bullet for My Valentine.
All right.
Clutch.
Okay.
Motionless in White. Fucking
Damn.
Gore.
It wouldn't matter if they did it right. They did it right.
And I know you'll be there for this lady solo. She also plays with Rob Zombie. Nita Strauss is playing solo night 2. She's listed on the lineup for Friday night or Friday sometime is Nita Strauss. All right. Oh, dude, night number 3.
Oh man,
it's getting gnarly. Papa Roach.
I've seen them. Would see them again.
Fucking My Chemical Romance.
Maybe I won't get kicked out.
That's got me. A Day to Remember. Fucking Hellstorm.
Oh, I see them. She's Lizzie Hell's a fox.
Dude, yeah, that's gonna be a crowd. Fucking Theory of a Dead Man.
Theory of a Bunghole.
Fucking Thrice.
Nice.
And a whole bunch of other names. The Distillers will be there.
Damn, dude.
It's a good day. And then
they're spending some money on this Aftershock Festival. Holy shit. I'll tell you that right now. That's crazy as shit.
Last day, Sunday, Shine Down.
No, dude, that would bring me there. Oh, yeah, I love Shine Down, dude.
Bring Me the Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Under Oath.
Ooh.
The Pretty Reckless,
All right.
and this band unfortunately will not be there. You know who I'm talking about? This playlist, that list was put together about 5 months ago. What big name did I leave off this list?
I'm stumped.
They tragically can't tour anymore.
Tragically can't tour.
Who have I not named? That's a
AC/DC?
No. Think our generation.
Dude, I give up.
Fucking the Foo Fighters.
Oh, but 9 Inch Nails is
Okay.
Yeah, the Foo Fighters. Dude.
They were scheduled to be the last headliner for the last day.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like even with the Rolling Stones, man. Like they've been around for so long, and it had become such a commercial act that, like, even when Charlie Watts died, I mean, like, he died during the tour, and I don't even think any shows were canceled. I think that, like, just the next show was his tech, and they just went on with the show. It's like, dude, no Taylor Hawkins, no Foo Fighters.
Okay. This is another festival for that's going on. That's going on actually in May in Daytona. It's going on right now. Fuck you, Kiss. You're the first night. Okay. I'm not gonna.
Dude, Doc McGee, their manager, Doc McGee, probably calls every festival. He's like, "You gotta have Kiss. It's the hottest band in the world. We don't use soundtracks. We're Kiss."
Yes. Okay. It's a 4-day festival. There's some big names on this one. All right. We got Five Finger Death Punch. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Papa Roach again. Fuck yes. In This Moment. Fuck yeah. Black Label Society. Ooh. That's a fucking show right there. Zach Wild.
Yeah, that's a good show.
The same day, they also got a Clutch. It's a good one.
Clutch is a good one, man.
Shaman's Harvest. That's a metal show.
Yeah.
Ooh, when's the last time you fucking jammed El Nino?
It's been a minute, dude. I'm so glad that these are like this is going on now.
Yeah, and then we also got fucking. It's all the same day. We got Fuel.
Fuel kicks ass, man. I've always been a Fuel fan. I've always thought that they've had a couple of tunes that I'm like, man. But dude, when it comes down to it, somebody asks me, "Hey man, are you a Fuel fan?" Or if I was somewhere and I saw someone wearing a Fuel shirt, I'd be like, "Dude, fuck yeah, dude."
Hell yeah, and hey. I would have gone to see this young man right here, fucking Mammoth WVH.
Is he there?
He's fucking playing the first night.
Dude, I think it's important to see Mammoth, man. I think that Wolfie, man, like I'm proud of him in a lot of ways. Like I do think he needs to have a little bit of an attitude adjustment, but like I am proud of him. That the fact that, like, and I am not ripping on Dweezil Zappa at all. No. At all. I think Dweezil Zappa is one of the greatest guitarists. Dare I say, Dweezil Zappa is a better guitarist than his dad was. And, you know, but he made his career playing Frank Zappa songs. And Wolfie was like, that shit ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write my own music. I'm going to do my own style. If there's something that like I want on the album, it's going on the album. It's not like, you know, oh no man, we can't write that because if you listen to half a second on Stinkfoot, you know, Frank doesn't do that, so we can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I mean, I'm glad that I saw the Zappa play Zappa because that was one of the most funniest and fun concerts I'd ever been to, because it was a bunch of people who had seen Frank Zappa back in the day who were like yelling shit out from the crowd, and Dweezil was just laughing and shit. I mean, I was yelling out fucking Muffin Man, stay put!
Hey, so so here's the next day for this festival, yo. It's a pretty rad festival. We got Korn. I see.
Hell yeah.
I'm there.
We were just talking about how they need to go nowhere, but they keep going, keep jamming.
Fucking Breaking Benjamin. All right.
Not a big Breaking Benjamin fan, but I got a lot of respect for them, man. They're good guitarists. I mean, they're good musicians.
Yeah, they've
Shit,
definitely.
Man. They're good musicians.
Fucking, how about they also got this day. You got Megadeth. Ooh.
Dude, I think I like Megadeth more than Metallica. I've been listening to like Peace Cells, Countdown to Extinction, and I listened to their latest album, and I'm like, I think Metallica's more iconic in some of the songs, but yo,
Megadeth
Dave Mustaine is a bad motherfucker, dude.
Yes. Fucking, alright, we also
He's a bad motherfucker.
He's a bad man, dude. He's a cool dude. You seen the clips of him recently, like pre-show, going around and finding kids in the crowd with the hoodie on and giving them fucking guitar picks and shit? Like...
Yeah, I think he's cool as shit, man. I mean, Dave Mustaine, he's one of those guys that, like... I honestly think that, I mean, I'd be pissed too, man. Like, you know, when they were living, like, you gotta remember, man, and we're both huge Metallica fans, but this is a fact, man. Like, nobody says this isn't a fact. But, like, when Metallica was living on studio floors in fucking San Francisco, Dave Mustaine was there with them doing that shit. And just all of a sudden, one fucking day, there's like, yeah, Dave's out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave's out.
They did.
Like, whoa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
And then all of a sudden, this man is living in a fucking, he's living in a city by himself that he's not fucking from, going, what now? He had every reason to say, fuck this, hang it up, be like, this is not for me, these fuckwads. But what did he do? He fucking formed Megadeth.
And fucking, they got some fucking bangers.
And they've got some bangers.
So, this lineup is getting gnarlier. We also got, we got Caesar. What do you think about Caesar?
Same way I feel about like Evanescence. Like, listen, if they're on the radio and there happens to be a tune that's on the radio that I'm listening to, that like I'm like, all right, you know, I can dig this, you know, yeah, sure, I can dig this type shit.
Yeah.
I'll listen to them, but Caesar. Can I tell you 5 Caesar songs that I like? No.
I can't honestly know one off the top of my head.
I mean, really, I just know the Caesar's kind of a heavy band. There was one, they had a pretty good song a while back, but, like, they're just not, dude, man, like, hey, man, we're fucking Judas Priest, man. We're Metallica, dude. Like, Caesar might even be a little too new for us.
All right. How about another one they got that day is fucking Hatebreed.
Hatebreed.
Be a fucking hit.
Hatebreed. Let me tell you, dude. I saw Hatebreed in college, and that fucking dude. I'd see their ass again just for the fucking pit.
Dude, yeah. Fucking.
I mean, that thing's gonna be one non-stop pit.
Dude, it's gonna be violent.
Precisely. That whole fucking place that's gonna be a pretty violent show there, yeah.
Yeah. We also got we got Shinedown.
Okay.
We got Rise Against. Okay.
All right.
We got Guns N' Roses.
So I would see them, man, because I think right now, I mean, I know that it's not Steven Adler. I mean, I thought that was another bummer, man. Steven Adler was going through a really fucking hard time with drugs, and I understand that if you're a touring band, like, you just can't have fucking people in your band, like, completely thwacked all the time. But, like, man, you don't just show up to a fucking, like, rehearsal, and then they're like, hey, hey, Steven, man, check it out, man, he's thinking, who the fuck's in my guitar? Or who the fuck's behind my drums? Oh, yeah, hey, Steven, man, we're gonna kick you out of the band, bruh. You can just go to the Tenderloin, do what you need to do, bro. Good luck. You'll get some royalties off of Appetite. Whoa!
Dude, and
but yeah.
So the last day, we got Smashing Pumpkins. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. But in order to know what they're gonna sing and be familiar with what they sing, I highly recommend you listen to the latest material they've put out.
Okay.
Because I just don't. They ain't gonna play Bullet with Butterfly Wings. They ain't gonna play Tonight. They ain't gonna play fucking a few more of those hits from Melancholy. But yeah, hell yeah, dude. To see I think it's important to see Billy Corgan live.
Yeah. All right. How about
just
this
like
next one?
All right.
Jane's Addiction.
No question about it. No fucking question about it.
Yes.
I love Jane's Addiction, dude. I've liked Jane's Addiction since holy shit. I've liked Jane's Addiction probably since that album with Been Caught Stealing on it with them chicks. Like, I think their hair's on fire or some shit. And they're just sitting on the couch. But yeah, dude, it's got Jane Says, Been Caught Stealing. Dude, and I'm not even particularly a Dave Navarro fan. I think he has some really bitchin' tattoos and stuff. But and I think he's done a lot for music. But Dave Navarro. But yeah, dude, Perry Farrell, and you know what? Perry Farrell and Taylor Hawkins were like hella close friends. I think the way Perry Farrell's wife tells it, I'm pretty sure that Perry Farrell was the last phone call Taylor Hawkins made in this lifetime, dude. He called Taylor Hawkins called Perry Farrell because I think after that concert, the last Foo Fighters concert, they were on their way to Argentina maybe, and he called Perry Farrell just tell him he loved him and that he'd see him in Argentina and shit, and yeah, it was the last phone call. So dude, hell yeah, I love Jane's Addiction. I think Jane's Addiction kicks ass. Jane says, dun, 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 I'm done with Sergio. Treat me like a rag doll.
So this band's not playing there, but this band's still touring. Fucking the Used.
See, hey man, the Used. That's another band that I have appreciation for. I'm not a big fan of them, but I have a total appreciation for the Used because these dudes. I've never been a big fan, but I will give them this. They fucking tour, dude. That tells me that they want what they want. You know what I mean? It just shows me that they're a band that has a drive that I hella respect. out of a band because, like, bands like Tool. I love Tool, dude. One of the coolest concerts I've ever, anybody, definitely one of the coolest concerts I've ever been to, but one of the most important concerts you could ever see is Tool because it's so fucking cool that they have, like, well, I don't know how they try to implement it as much as possible, but they have, like, a no camera, no photo clause because, dude, the show kicks ass. The light shows kick ass. What's the point of looking at it through your phone? I saw Tool at the Bill Graham. Yeah. It was, as far as visually, holy fuck. So, I mean, but Tool, you know, they don't, like we were talking about the Used, you know, the Used, unless Tool is on some you know, whatever, world tour type deal, they'll play, like, I don't know, 40, 50 shows. Dude, I bet the Used plays 40, 50 shows in, like, a couple month period of time.
Damn.
I mean, I just think that they're one of those bands that just fucking grind it out and are not going to stop until, you know what I mean, until they fucking, yeah, more power to them, man, because, like, music like that, the only way that people, like, actually, like, make money and make it totally worth it is, like, touring like that. You know, they only get, I hear it's getting worse for bands that tour on, like, a fucking musical, I mean, just a music career, like, where they go from, let's say, they go to the Fillmore, to the Warfield, to the Regency, to here, to there, you know, instead of selling albums. And, man, the fucking club's making the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Wheeler Walker, though, that's the way you want to do it, man. That's what you want to do. You want to get you an interview. You want to be funny as hell. Get you an interview on fucking Joe Rogan. And, buddy, it's a wrap.
Straight up.
Straight up. But, yeah. But, you know, I think with live tours now, which they have shows like Coachella, like I have no desire to go to Coachella.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't have any desire to go to Burning Man. I just think that, like, number one, I know it sounds pussy, but I don't know, maybe this is something, I don't know, we learned as an essential in the Navy. Dude, you know how dehydrated you get at a fucking place like that?
So dehydrated.
Dude, you won't be able to do shit. Like, dude, these cameras laying on the other side, and you're like, dude, I can't even, you're like, you know, and then they have, like, a couple of medical tents, you know, like, throughout the area.
Yeah. And,
you know, it's insane because the lines are long as fuck, and they only give you, like, I think it's, like, one bottle, which is good. It's better than one bottle of water, like, per desperate motherfucker. And then by the time you're back to where you started from, you're dehydrated again. Because I know Coachella, dude, that's down in the desert, dude. That's like near the Nevada, that's near the Arizona desert. And it goes on day and night. And people are like fucking rolling on ecstasy. Especially, like, if you and I were there and we were just taking gravity bong hits, dude, we would be fucked.
Straight up.
We have to drink the bong water.
That'd be nasty. Then we won't be able to
take rips. Huh?
Then we won't be able to take rips.
Yeah, yeah, what the fuck? Then we'd have to, like, oh, dude. And another thing, like, that's why Woodstock 99 was such a disaster. I watched a documentary on that recently about why Woodstock 99 was just such a fucking disaster. And one of the reasons was that they were completely ill-equipped with water. And the water that was there, and this is in 99, man. Like, I know it's not like a a shit ton of time. That's 22 years, but or whatever. Bottles of water were like $8, dude.
Damn.
Like, yeah, dude. That I think that works out to be about 20 fucking bucks. I mean, maybe not that. It's a lot. That's too damn much for water. So a lot of people, just fucking didn't buy water. And people were dehydrated. People were fucking pissed. So they just hijacked the fucking water machines, like the 18-wheeler trailers that were holding the water for sale. They were just tipping them motherfuckers over. I'm like, good. It's what you deserve, dude. It's fucking 102 degrees out here, and you're selling bottles of water for $8, yo. Like, are you kidding me, yo? But it's insane to me because when people don't know, they haven't been to a big festival like that, which I've only ever been to a few festivals, man. Like, your ass better be fucking prepared. Like, I know that place in Tennessee, man, the name, you know what I'm talking about, Lunchbox. Oh, fuck. Somebody's going to slap me for not knowing it right off the bat. It's a big festival in Tennessee.
I can't remember.
It's a big-ass concert in Tennessee. But it goes on for days. And if you don't have your own fucking tent, your own protection. I mean, that's what's so funny about Woodstock. They think it's this huge festival of like peace. Dude, do you know how many people got like armed, robbed at Woodstock, and just like Woodstock was not the event that people painted out to be when you read it like the real story.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we've been this episode we've been going for over 2 hours.
If we've been going for almost 2 hours and you're still listening, just know something, people. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Me
and Lunchbox will fucking talk for 30 hours nonstop. And I'm gonna fucking tell you right now, we'll still have new shit to talk about. Lunchbox, I don't think it's time to get off the phone, but let's say what's on next week's podcast, and I still got shit to talk to you about. Oh, next week's podcast, fucking growing. If you don't want, if you're not a pot grower, I'm here to tell you. If you're just a smoker, I'm here to tell you. Next week's episode, you're not going to want to miss, because we're going to get into the dirty, dirty dirt of what it takes to be a pot grower. What are the steps, methods, everything from security to selection to everything. We're going to cover as much as possible for the next week. So until then, fucking take a rip. And Lunchbox, tell me when we're off the air because I'm stoned.
And that next episode is going to totally lead into episode series we're gonna start debuting. It's gonna probably I'll probably put the episodes up on Thursdays, and it's gonna be called Tips from the Garden. Growing advice from Muddbutt. So after this next Friday's episode, we'll be debuting the Tips from the Garden. So we'll be taking.
Yeah, I'll always be Muddbutt, but probably Tips from the Garden. It'll probably be Tips from the Garden from State Bank because. That's what I'm known as in the cannabis world. I don't want to have to go through the whole Muddbutt thing. This is for this show.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. And we'll take it. Any questions you have about your home gardens, email us a picture.
Yeah.
Muddbutt will hit or St. Bank. He will give you tips and advice on what you need to do, and he'll also just be giving out general tips, for like. Have an episode on frogging, or if you want to be doing a certain type of growing, we'll have an episode where he'll be giving out some pointers on it. So definitely.
And shit, we might even have something to where, fuck, man, if we ask a question and the first person to answer it, I'll shoot out a pack of fucking seeds. And it's hard to tell exactly what's going on if you have a problem with a picture. So the biggest question, or the biggest thing I have about that is give me the most information you can about your problems, because if it's leaves that appear to be a little yellow but I don't see the pot, chances are my mind's going to go in one direction, and then I see the whole picture and it's in this tiny ass pot, and I'll be like, oh, it's root bound. Uproot it and those yellow leaves will go away. But yeah, so man, I'm stoked about next week's episode, big girl. It's gonna be sick. Heck
yeah, I totally look forward to it. So until next time, this is Lunchbox. And
this is Muddbutt.
Yeah, we're both a little ripped right now. Until next time, stay stoned, stay healthy, stay lifted, whatever you want to call it. Just
whatever you want to call it, just do it. Gravity bong time and then sign off.
Yeah.
This bong, yeah, man, this Gravitron is so badass.
Hell yeah.
Later, everybody.
Later. All right, dope. We're done.
Nice. You know, I bet that's how Joe Rogan does it, man. I bet that they do a fucking, a badass couple-hour show, and then it just stops, and no one changes positions. Yeah. And, but dude, when we were talking about Nina Strauss, dude, have you heard her fucking play?
I haven't.
Dude, if she's good enough for Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper used to have Bruce Kulick as his guitarist, dude.
Woo.
And and Alice Cooper, it had nothing to do with age.
Yeah.
It was fucking Bruce Kulick. Hey man, Nita Strauss is gonna get you a job. Now Bruce Kulick is still in a touring band. Because he's coming to town. And I was like, man, I think Vinnie Vincent is such a bitch, dude. What he did with that whole Vinnie Vincent thing that he was trying to pull was such bullshit. It was more Jewy than Gene and Paul could ever do. You know what I'm talking about? All right, dude. Vinnie Vincent, this was 3 years ago. And, okay, first off, you need to keep this in mind. Before I can even tell this fucking story, you have to know this. Vinnie Vincent in we were in the Navy. Yeah. And Vinnie Vincent was arrested with his fucking girlfriend for storing dead dogs in their refrigerator and freezers.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So, first off, you need to know that about fucking Vinnie Vincent. And, I do think that, I gotta change headsets, hang on. But I do think that Vinnie Vincent contributed a lot. But, he wrote, I think, in a way, he saved Kiss by writing Lick It Up, pretty much the entire Lick It Up album, and he wrote any relevant tune on Revenge. But what he was gonna do, and there's a lot of diehard Kiss fans out there, dude, that were that literally had every fucking Kiss autograph except Vinnie Vincent. You know what I mean? And so Vinnie Vincent was gonna do this Memphis or Nashville appearance. You had to prepay for tickets. They were expensive as fuck. It was supposed to be Vinnie Vincent in full makeup, and he was gonna play some Kiss tunes that he still has rights to, like Unholy, Lick It Up, Tears Are Falling, and that type of shit. Vinnie Vincent wrote all that shit. And so the first night of it, motherfuckers he canceled. He just canceled, dude. And there were people
that have flown down from like New Jersey, New York, fucking flew up from Florida, flew out from California, flew out from Texas. And Vinnie Vincent gave no response about it, except for like a week later, he went on his website and said, "Sorry about that, guys. I will be back in Nashville on this date." And people were asking, like, well, are you going to honor these tickets? And he was like, "No, I can't do that. That's got nothing to do with me." So what do these idiots do? Rebuy the fucking tickets. They may have gotten their fucking flight. But anyway, he goes, and he's just a fucking weirdo, dude. Basically what it was, and he would only sign Lick It Up and Revenge albums. That was it.
Damn.
But I wouldn't want his autograph on anything except Lick It Up. I think he was signing Vinnie Vincent and Dave shit, but he wasn't signing like if you handed him a Destroyer CD album or a fucking Dynasty album, or as in Australia they call it Dynasty. If you had one of those out, he wasn't gonna fucking sign it. But crazy to me, man.
Heck yeah. Well, shit, I'm at the house. I'm gonna go see what Nan's doing. I ain't seen her in a couple days.
Oh shit, man! Tell her what's up.
Hell yeah, big girl. I'll do that.
All right, man. I'll talk to you.
I'll talk to you later. I'll send you a link when this one's up there.
Later.
Later.